Welcome to Trend Info Hub Globe Brief Updates. Subscribe and press the bell icon for updates. Tonight, history is being made. The Philippines has just announced an oil discovery of staggering proportions in the South China Sea, west of Luzon. The Diwata Explorer, a joint Philippine and international venture, struck what experts are calling one of the largest petroleum deposits ever found. Lead geologist Dr. Aris de la Cruz, once dismissed for his theories, watched in awe as the data confirmed his wildest predictions. The pressure readings and seismic sensors pointed to a supertrap, an immense reservoir of oil. The initial call to Manila was shrouded in secrecy, but the implications were clear. This was a world-altering event. President Santiago, awakened in the night, listened in disbelief as the figures were relayed. The Philippines, long an energy importer, now stood on the brink of becoming a global energy superpower. This was more than wealth, it was a chance to reshape the destiny of over 115 million Filipinos. The world's energy map was about to be redrawn, starting in these dark waters. The discovery promised not just economic transformation, but a new era of national pride and responsibility. For the crew of the Diwata Explorer, exhaustion turned to exhilaration as they realized the magnitude of their find. The news, still under wraps, was already sending shockwaves through the highest levels of government. The Philippines was about to step onto the world stage in a way no one had anticipated. The future of a nation, and perhaps the world, had just shifted. And it all began here beneath the waves off Luzon. 72 hours later, the Philippine government made it official. The Luzon supergiant oil field had been found. With over 170 billion barrels of recoverable reserves, it rivals the legendary fields of Saudi Arabia. Experts had long believed such discoveries were a thing of the past. They were wrong. Dr. de la Cruz's team used advanced AI-driven seismic imaging to see through volcanic rock, revealing what others had missed. Major oil companies had dismissed the area, but Filipino innovation proved them wrong. The Luzon supergiant's oil is light, sweet crude, the most valuable and easiest to refine. This combination of volume and quality is unprecedented. Intelligence agencies and energy giants were caught off guard. The project had flown under the global radar. The world's energy order, stable for decades, was suddenly upended. The Philippines, once a price taker, was now poised to become a price maker. The implications for global markets and geopolitics were immediate and profound. The discovery was a stunning victory for homegrown science and persistence. The world was forced to rethink everything it knew about energy. The Philippines had changed the game. The news from Manila sent global markets into chaos. Brent crude prices plummeted by over 30% in a single day, an unprecedented crash. Energy stocks worldwide were decimated, and OPEC's production quotas became instantly obsolete. In capitals from Washington to Moscow, emergency meetings were called. The Luzon supergiant threatened to upend decades of energy-driven power dynamics. Manila became the center of global attention, with journalists and experts flooding the city. Embassies scrambled for meetings, energy companies rushed to offer partnerships. Allies saw new opportunities while rivals watched with apprehension. The Philippines, once overlooked, was now a global queen on the chessboard. The world was captivated by this David and Goliath story. The scramble for influence and information had begun. The Philippines' next moves would shape the future of energy and geopolitics. The balance of power was shifting fast. In the Philippines, the discovery sparked nationwide celebration. Church bells rang, flags waved, and people sang in the streets. For a nation long defined by struggle and resilience, this was a moment of vindication. The oil find promised energy independence, ending decades of costly imports. Export revenues could fund a new era of development, infrastructure, education, healthcare. President Santiago vowed the wealth would benefit all Filipinos, not just a privileged few. Plans for a sovereign wealth fund were announced, modeled after Norway's. The dream of opportunity at home replaced the old story of leaving for work abroad. Optimism surged, and the brain drain seemed poised to reverse. The oil was more than a resource, it was a catalyst for national pride and ambition. For millions, dreams that once seemed impossible now felt within reach. The Philippines was ready to build a future on its own terms. The nation's spirit had been reignited. The Luzon supergiant dwarfs even the legendary Gawar field in Saudi Arabia. With 170 billion barrels, it's more than double Gawar's lifetime production. Unlike shale fields that require complex extraction, Luzon's oil is concentrated and under natural pressure, making it easier and cheaper to produce. A single platform here could outproduce hundreds of wells elsewhere. The oil's quality is exceptional, lighter and sweeter than global benchmarks. Refiners will pay a premium for this crude, boosting profits and influence. Its location is strategic open ocean, direct access to Asia's biggest markets. Transport is simple, costs are low, and geopolitical risks are minimized. The Luzon supergiant isn't just the largest. It's the most valuable and best-placed oil field discovered in generations. The Philippines now holds a resource that could reshape global trade routes. The world's energy future just got a new epicenter. The scale and quality are simply unmatched. The Luzon supergiant is a triumph of scientific innovation. Dr. Dela Cruz's team challenged the belief that volcanic regions couldn't hold oil. Their volcanic seal theory proposed that ancient volcanic flows could form ultra-strong cap rocks, trapping oil for millions of years. Using AI-powered seismic analysis, they identified what others dismissed as worthless basalt. This breakthrough opens new frontiers for exploration in volcanic regions worldwide. The Filipino model is now a blueprint for future discoveries. The Diwata explorer's success was built on collaboration, open data, and cutting-edge technology, not massive budgets. It's proof that brainpower can outmatch financial might in the 21st century. The discovery will inspire a new generation of Filipino scientists and engineers. The world is watching and learning. The age of innovation-driven exploration has arrived. On the streets, hope and anxiety mingle. Maria, a street vendor, dreams her grandchildren might now find good jobs at home. Paulo, an engineering student, wants to help build the nation's future instead of leaving for work abroad. The oil discovery has sparked ambition among the youth, but there are worries too. Ben, a fisherman, fears the wealth could be squandered or stolen, as in other countries. The specter of the resource curse looms, where riches breed corruption and inequality. Filipinos know the stakes. This oil could lift millions from poverty or deepen old divides. The nation demands transparency and accountability from its leaders. The oil is a blessing, but only if managed wisely. The choice is clear: use the wealth for education, healthcare, and jobs, or risk repeating the mistakes of others. The people are watching, hopeful, but vigilant. The future hangs in the balance. The oil's true value will be measured by how it changes lives. The Philippines stands at a crossroads. The Luzon supergiant has upended global geopolitics. Russia faces a blow to its oil-dependent economy. OPEC's dominance is threatened. The Philippines, with no obligation to join OPEC, could keep prices low for a generation. China, desperate for oil, may seek closer ties with Manila, while the US will try to strengthen its alliance. The Philippines is now courted by all sides, a dramatic reversal of its historic role. Navigating these waters will require wisdom and caution. The government can leverage its position for trade, aid, and security guarantees, but any misstep could draw the nation into great power rivalries. The stakes are enormous: prosperity, security, and independence. The Philippines must balance opportunity with risk. The world's eyes are on Manila. The nation's leaders must play a high-stakes game of diplomacy. The Philippines is no longer a pawn, it's a kingmaker. The Philippines stands at a historic crossroads. One path leads to prosperity, world-class infrastructure, and a future free from poverty. The other is the resource curse: corruption, environmental damage, and division. Success will require integrity from leaders and vigilance from the people. A sovereign wealth fund and strict environmental protections are essential. The sea's biodiversity must be safeguarded alongside economic growth. The nation's character, not just its oil, will determine its fate. This is a moral test as much as an economic one. The world hopes the Philippines will set a new standard for resource-rich nations. The journey will be challenging, but optimism prevails. For the first time, the Philippines holds its own destiny. This is its moment to shine. The future is in Filipino hands.